Welcome back to Burnin' Rubber Garage. As you can see in front of me here, it was only a matter of time before we got the fastest radio control car out of the box. The Traxxas XO1, capable of over 100 miles an hour. As you can see here, 0 to 60, 2.3 seconds, 0 to 100, 4.9. We'll definitely try and find a piece of land or lot or fresh pavement to see if we can't get that to go. As soon as I saw this, I knew I wanted it. That's all there is to it. This just ignited the fire of having fun with these little cars. This one I think is going to have a lot more consequences with a wreck, a jump, or anything like that. This guy takes a good beating. Super fun, two totally different worlds, but I think we'll use the drag timing system there and see who's quicker. This out of the box isn't going to be capable of 100. You have to switch some gearing and stuff. So let me grab my knife here. We'll go ahead and unbox. I'm pretty excited about this, if you can't tell. Should be good. I did get the, you'll see it in a minute. I got the blue, but the guy recommended that you get a body for it as well, because he says you will trash the body and probably the front end a little bit. So we'll probably pick up a front end, and then instead of going with the high end, I think it's a 39 tooth or 34 tooth that this comes with. I'm not familiar with the teeth. I'll probably get something in between the 19 and whatever else it comes with. So that way it still has probably capable of about 90 miles an hour. So that's all taped up. I bet that's the controller here. Let's pull the car out and actually see how it looks. It might be somewhat interesting to get out. Traxxas seems to like to take pretty good care in packaging these things. I'm going to go ahead and take a second here, remove the plastic, and then I'll bring you guys right back with me when we get this thing at least exposed. Stay tuned. Alright, so in the black box was the controller, very similar to this. I believe this even has Traxxas Link as well. Traxxas Link is something you'll link up with your phone. They used to have you plug in right here. The funny thing about that was it was an iPhone thing, and I absolutely hate iPhones. They changed the charger 2 weeks after this came out. So they really decided, let's go Bluetooth. Now Android, Apple, any of those type of devices can access this link. You set a lot of the parameters on there, speed, that kind of stuff, full throttle, you enable a lot of stuff. So this was in that box. Underneath the body here was this bag. They really did a good job packaging. The car was held down with 2 zip ties, and they're not the little zip ties, they're the big zip ties. You've got your gears here. When you put these in, this is what will let you go up over 100. This is what enables that. What's in there right now is probably going to be super quick low end, but top out quickly. Got some tools to help change that. Driver's ed guys, stickers, they always give you stickers. Stickers add power and hide scratches, so that's always nice. Got a lot of cool things in here. I haven't opened it yet. I will. I think on this one I'll actually read the manual. I probably will rip it up and down the street because I'm too excited. With this here, you've got 2 body mounts back here, 2 body mounts up there. They're secured with these little pins. Push them through. Looks like there's plenty of pins there. It's probably one of the things that does break. There's the red body. I really like how the blue body looks, and this car is pretty enough. I would actually put it up there on top of my desk and just stare at it. So let's move this out of the way. One thing I did want to show you, because I was curious, and they didn't have one of these out on the floor for me to demo and play with. This body is the same size as the Xmaxx's body, if you can see that over there. So they're very identical cars. The big difference is this has the big wide A-arms there, pokes the tires out a long ways. This does not. So what you've got here is you still have suspension. I don't know how much that's going to do, but independent suspension, aluminum suspension parts, still sliding drive shafts, castle motor. This is where you'll change your gearing. It is all-wheel drive, or four-wheel drive, however you want to look at it. So it does put the power down. These tires are a belted tire. I imagine it's just like with your car. You got to have a special tire to hit those speeds. The guy did tell me you'll probably end up replacing this front. You're going to hit stuff. It's going to happen, or it's going to scrape on braking. He did say the other thing you'll replace a lot is the body. So be prepared for that. I believe the body was 30, 35, and he said the front piece that breaks all the time was like $6. Not a big deal. Let's go ahead and pick this guy up, show it to you. That is a big, big motor. Suspension looks like it's got some pretty good adjustability here. Let me tilt this side up for you. It does have some good play, but sadly that's up above the body. So if that actually happened, you're just using this as one big sled. That's a high-powered sled. So what you've got here, you've got where your batteries go into there, and then they lock on down. Last video it had something I thought was the bumpers. They were not the bumpers. They hold in the batteries. I know a lot of guys are curious what type of batteries I'm running. It seems like a common question. Hey, what are you running? I got the pack here. It came with the charger and the 2 batteries. They're 3-cell, 500 milliamp hour batteries. I've got 4 of them now. I figured, you know what, you're probably not going to run these 2 at the same time, but we probably will with the drag timing system. We'll run this as it came out of the box versus the Xmaxx. Maybe the wifey will drive one of them. Maybe. It's really not heavy. The Xmaxx has it by, I would say, 5-10 pounds. This is actually pretty light. So that's enough chatting about it. It is cool. I mean, if you see right down here, it looks like it's going to guide air, probably rocks, everything else in here to cool the motor. This thing is capable of probably producing some massive heat. Should be a lot of fun. I really like the blue. I was going to do the same color as that, but Canyon RC up in, I believe it's South Jordan, or close to South Jordan, might even be Sandy by the time you get up there. They gave me a pretty good deal on this. Still very expensive. I will probably cry if I wreck it, but I'm going to play with it. That's why I bought it. That body will keep for show. That body we'll use for go. Let's head outside and see what this thing does. See what it'll do after this little thing? Yeah? There we go. It's too close to the curve, it just wants to spin. If you go full throttle, it just lights them up. Handles good. Stops are good. But I can't get a good dig. It wants to go into the curb. Like a full-on highway to run this thing. It is too fast. And it's too low. We need to find a better spot, but with the weather, I think this is about all we're going to get.
Okay. Want me to turn it off?
I'm trying to do one more donut. You can pause it if you want. I'll cut her so it has room to spin. Ready, set.
It's on.
Well, we only scratched up the front a little bit. You can see where it's rubbed. That's why that guy says you'll buy a lot of those pieces. So